The black hall yawns like a demon's mouth. Darkness rekindles my fears. I step into the shadow conclave, an immense corridor of blackened stone where blue torches lick the walls like spectral tongues. The twilight fragment crackles in my pocket, its sparks mingling with the whisper of ancient chains. Far ahead, a monumental arch studded with runes pulses in purple light. My heart races. If each chamber of the 7 sanctuaries tested the body, this one tests the soul. I am about to confront the very darkness I carry within. It's a mystical dusk, and the shadow conclave rests beneath a black crystal dome, reflecting only the faint glow of improvised torches. Behind me, Kale readies his bow, arrows streaked with silver gleam in his quiver. Nyla sharpens her axe on a basalt slab, her grin betraying excitement for the challenge. Rashid consults the echo scroll, murmuring that each chamber holds a prison of shadows breakable only by truth and sacrifice. We stand in the main corridor. 5 doors line each side, but only the 6th, marked with a Velvedan shadow's crest, has opened for us. The inscription above reads, "Here lies the essence that fears its reflection. Only the heir's light will dispel eternal darkness." Our immediate goal, pass through this threshold to reclaim the 6th fragment, key to the 7th. But we know these halls manipulate fear and doubt, silent weapons that stab the spirit. If we falter, the order will drown in the very shadows we seek to banish. I advance under the shadowy arch, and the corridor shudders. Just inside, an ebony mirror hangs from twisted steel hooks. My own face stares back, etched with fatigue and deep scars, but beside me, a twisted reflection sneers. Without warning, the clone steps through the glass and strikes with fists wreathed in darkness. Kale looses a light arrow. It ricochets off the mirror's surface and vanishes into the gloom. Nyla leaps in, axe whirling, but her blade meets nothing. The reflection grins wider, then unleashes a wave of shadow that slams me into the wall. Rashid casts a protective seal around me, fracturing the darkness into icy smoke. I realize the mirror is more than an obstacle. It's a portal of illusions. From either side, the spectral forms of ancient order masters emerge, brandishing corroded blades and whispering betrayals. Each parry sends the twilight fragment in my pocket humming, a reminder of the power I bear. I hear Nyla shout, "They feed on our fears, don't hesitate." I fall back, drawing the ancestral blade, and spot runes glowing on the floor, trap markers. One wrong step summons floating shadow blades. Sweat streaks my face, but I ignore the pain. I lower my guard against the conjured clone and, with a precise slash of twilight, shatter the mirror. A burst of violet light consumes the reflection, dissolving the specters into glittering dust and clearing the air. Just as I think we've won, the mirror reforms across the opposite wall, and the ground quakes once more, and then a deep roar echoes from the adjacent chambers. I vault behind a basalt column, narrowly avoiding shadow spears rising from the floor. Kale fires 2 ceremonial arrows, forging a curtain of light that scatters ethereal swarms. Nyla darts in a zigzag, creating an opening for Rashid to trace purification runes midair. The roar intensifies, and torches flicker as if lashed by a spectral gale. I sprint down the slick corridor, swords flashing amid the darkness, until, at the far end, I see a black door slamming shut, blocking my only escape.
Quick tip to level up your experience. Read Manhwas and light novels for free. Listen to epic audiobooks. Watch unlimited anime. Play cloud games with no console. And stream the best anime soundtracks. Check the description now and grab your free trials.
Panic surges as I face the sealed door, its inscription ablaze. Shadows conquer those who fear their own darkness. Rashid lifts a runic torch to the barrier. Its flame shifts violet. He inscribes a circular seal on the floor, and silver light fractures the door before it can close entirely. Kale and Nyla position themselves beside me, blades and arrows at the ready. Inside the next chamber stands a pedestal carved with symbols of shadow and light. Atop it rests the 6th fragment, the shadow flame, glowing amber red, as though it draws color from the air itself. Surrounding panels depict the Varian ancestors forced to battle their own shadows. My fingers tingle with awe. This is more than an artifact, it's a testament to sacrifice. I step forward. Kale plants an anchoring arrow at my feet, summoning a pillar of light to ward off creeping darkness. Nyla arranges protective runes in the sand, blue embers dancing around us. Rashid intones the hymn of passage, and the walls shimmer with silver chains of light. When I touch the fragment, a force yanks me backward, shadows thrashing to repel me. Voices hiss ancient betrayals. My name stained, vows broken. But with a roar, I raise twilight and synchronize its pulse with the fragments. A crimson blast shatters the dark chains like glass. The fragment floats into my hands, radiating a warm vibration that fills the hall. Rashid whispers, the shadow flame grants dominion over darkness, but also reveals buried secrets. Kale points to a hidden niche. There's a scroll, instructions for forging the final bridge between light and shadow. My eyes light up, every fragment led here, but this path demands the unity of all we've endured. Unfurling the scroll, I learn the final ritual requires offering the shadow flame at the conclave's gates, transforming it into the ultimate key. But a dire warning follows. He who offers the flame without purging his heart will bear darkness forever. My blood runs cold. I've mastered my shadows, but to deny old hungers risks awakening even greater darkness. Rashid frowns. Nothing saved us so far without sacrifice. Nyla presses my shoulder. Then show how you've learned to fight what's inside you. Kale grits his teeth. It's time to test what humanity remains. I realize the fragment grants power only if I renounce vengeance and fear. Fail, and I deliver the conclave into the Twilight Lord's hands. The choice is mine, purification or damnation. Let's go to the final gate, I say, holding the shadow flame to my chest. Kale readies his bow at the chamber entrance, prepared to repel intruders. Nyla draws a circle of ceremonial embers around the threshold. Rashid inscribes runes of atonement on the scroll, weaving strands of light to guide the sacrifice. Our plan: raise the fragment above the central room, recite the Oath of Shadows, vowing to protect the Order even in darkness, and embed the flame in the gate, activating a mystical bridge that connects the 7 sanctuaries to the outside world. If every word is spoken in sincerity, darkness becomes ally. If even one phrase is false, the bridge will become a trap. We gather before the final arch, a black gate studded with ancestral crests, ready to devour our offering. The air quivers, and distant echoes drum like war calls. Kale whispers the first line of the Oath of Shadows. By the echo that pulses in the gloom, I vow to be a beacon of hope in the void. His voice resonates, and runes flare above the arch. Nyla continues with the second verse, her blade swirling in blue flame. By twilight's fires and the shadows I faced, I uphold this vow in my very name. Rashid chants the third line, tracing symbols on the scroll as silver light arcs around us. May the shadow flame unite with the light, guiding the heir to the 7 secrets. Together, we lift the fragment over the central rune. Energy pulses outward. I feel my soul vibrate like a taut string. Then, with resolute strength, I drive the shadow flame into the gate. A mystical roar shudders through the sanctuary. Cracks of purple light spiderweb across the black arch, revealing a portal of illuminated darkness. The bridge trembles, strands of shadow and twilight weaving into a living pathway of energy. Kale fires one final ceremonial arrow into the shadow strands, keeping the arch open. Nyla strides forward, sweeping away lingering wraiths with living embers. Rashid intones a final exorcism seal. May conjured darkness become guardian, not prison. The portal flares in blinding brilliance, and we are drawn into a vortex of light and shadow. Every fiber of my being blazes with exhilaration and dread. When I emerge, I find myself in the conclave atrium, a star-studded dome suspended in void, 6 once-sealed corridors now radiating ethereal light. The bridge snaps shut behind us with a thunderous boom, sealing our passage between worlds. We gasp for breath in the celestial atrium. At its center, an empty pedestal awaits the 7th fragment, the heart of Etheris. Around us, elemental sigils float in slow orbit. Kale murmurs, 7 trials complete. But do we have the strength for the last? Nyla leaps onto a circular dais, arms raised defiantly. Only the final judgment remains. Rashid grips the fragment, eyes alight with purpose. We're ready, but the 7th secret won't yield itself freely. Above, constellations shaped like the Varian crest begin to shift, forming an intricate luminous maze. A voice echoes from the dome. Shadows and light have converged. Now she will decide who is worthy to ascend. The entire atrium thrums like a living being, each crest pulsing with promise of the ultimate trial. Follow me. The The conclave of 7 awaits the heart of Etheris. Immersed in pulsating light, we advance toward the final judgment, where the Order's fate will be forged between stars and shadows.
Did you enjoy the video? Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This helps us know which stories you love most and which ones we should prioritize in future productions. Your support is essential for us to keep bringing you the best manhwa content every day. See you in the next episode.